Hi, this is Tara for HealingCrystals.com, and this is the astrology report for March 9th through March 15th. So on Wednesday, Venus and Saturn are going to be stabilizing anything in your life that you're passionate about. Passion can be very unpredictable, and it's the kind of energy it can lead towards, extremes, obsession, or maybe there's something you're passionate about that you've had to give up or put aside because of practical matters. Whatever it is, the influence today is going to help you to bring balance to that energy so that you can enjoy the things that you're passionate about. Possibly even find a way to make them more lucrative in your life. And also not feel guilty about enjoying them, not feel like you have to give something up in order to spend time and energy doing the things that you love. On Thursday, the Sun and Chiron they're going to bring your emotions to the surface. Remember, we're still under a Pisces influence. Emotions are running very high. We just got done with the solar eclipse, although it's still, that energy is still hanging around. And a new moon in Pisces. So everything's very, very emotional right now anyway. And now the Sun and Chiron are going to be like bringing more of it up to the surface. This can be very healing and cathartic. It can also be, a little like throw you off balance a little bit, okay? Don't let it. Use the energy strategically. If there's something that's bothering you, you can use this energy to find the answers that are going to bring you peace and bring you a sense of well-being. On Friday, we've got more of that Pisces influence. Mercury and Neptune, they're going to be in a conjunct transit. And so mentally, you're just going to be like flying all day. All right? Your imagination, your intuition, they're going to be very, very strong. Pay close attention to messages that you get. If something pops into your head and you're like, what the heck is that? It's probably important, okay? So you want to note it down or hold on to it or pay attention to it, okay? If you have stuff that requires focus, that requires detail, if you have to go and do something that requires somebody else to be focused and detailed, try to avoid those kinds of situations today. It's going to be very hard to make decisions, to pay attention when you've got all these ideas and visions flying around through your head. And remember, everybody else is going to have the same kind of challenge. So, just be careful as you're out there in the world. This kind of energy leads to accidents where you're kind of like, and then all of a sudden, bam, you run right into something. On Saturday, Mars and Pluto are going to be creating a very confrontational atmosphere. Everyone is going to be so sure that their way is the only way, and they're going to be willing to fight to prove their point. This can be really creative and very productive energy, but you've got to control the urge to dominate. You have to find a way to collaborate with others, and that's how you make the energy work for you. Otherwise, you're just going to waste all of it fighting with people. On Sunday, you've got more drama with Venus and Pluto. Now the focus is going to be on relationships, and everyone's going to be overly emotional. There's going to be a lot of issues of mistrust and jealousy. They're all going to come up. You can manage this tension by being mindful and thinking before you overreact, okay? Before you say or do something, just stop and think about it. This is where you need to employ reason and just the common sense that you're born with. If there are issues to deal with, then you can still apply reason and common sense to those issues. Remember that your goal is to create a healthier relationship. You don't want to tear whatever you've got going, you don't want to tear it apart. You want to make it stronger, you want to make it better. And if you keep that goal in mind, then this energy can really work in your favor. On Monday, we've got a few squares, and they're going to make you feel very limited and almost like you have no choices. So first, Mercury and Saturn, they're gonna make everything a lot more complicated. Any tasks that you have to accomplish, even just like the basic stuff, it's going to make it you're just going to feel off. You know, even doing like just like normal stuff, it's just not going to feel right. And then Venus and Mars, they're going to make it hard for you to ask for help from other people, because you're going to be looking at differences. You're not going to be able to like look at what binds you, what brings you together. All you're going to see is what is kind of pulling you apart, and what makes everybody different from everybody else. So you're going to be afraid to step up and say, look, I need help with this, because you're going to have a fear that these people are going to try to take over something of yours, and thus take away a piece of your freedom and your free will. Use this energy to obtain other options, okay? The important thing here is that you don't let the energy limit you. You make the energy work for you, okay? Take other people. You know what? Even though it's going to be hard, have the courage to step up and ask for help if you need it, okay? When people give you options, you don't have to make a choice right then. You don't have to say, okay, yeah, that's it, let's just go with it. Take the options in. Think about them reasonably. And then you can go ahead and proceed at a later date when the energy is clearer and better, and just it's a better time to take actions. Then on Tuesday, Mercury and Pluto, they're going to help you to go deep within yourself and uncover some really helpful insights. They're also going to give you the ability to see more of what is going on around you, okay? A lot of times our vision is kind of limited by our own objectivity. This energy gives you the ability to kind of like see what you might have missed, and maybe understand more about other people's motives, or you know what the real situation is, what's really going on instead of what you think is going on. This is going to bring you a sense of peace and patience, because you're going to have this deeper understanding of yourself and the situations around you. You know, it's just going to make you feel better. Later on in the day, Mercury is going to move into an opposition with Jupiter, and now you're going to feel very pressured. You're going to feel like you've got to make life or death decisions right now, or you know, everything's just going to, because remember, Jupiter's about expansion and Mercury is about expression. And you may feel as if you need to communicate a desire right now, otherwise you're not going to be able to get that expansion and create more of whatever it is that you're working towards in your life. Don't feel that way. It's a very fast-moving transit. It's going to be over before you know it. Just hang tight, and don't slow things down. That's all. You take control of the energy again, and you can willfully slow things down to a pace that's workable for you, instead of letting the energy drive you to do something that you're not ready to do. So here's the crystals that I'm going to be working with this week. First of all, blue aventurine, because that's really excellent for working with the mind. You know, as soon as the sun moves into Aries, and once we go to the spring equinox, that's when everything, the physical, starts moving. Right now, your mind is moving, okay? And you want to use that for all of its worth. And blue aventurine can really help you with that. There's a lot of very intuitive, imaginative energy this week, and it's going to make you, it can really empower you, and it can empower your willpower as well. So blue aventurine can help you with that. Rainbow moonstone, again, that's going to help you manage the intuitive and the imaginative energy that's flowing this week. It's also going to help you to manage your emotions, not by suppressing them, but by honoring them and, finding a healthy way to express them. And then finally, fancy jasper, or any agate, or any crystal that makes you feel grounded. Because you can probably guess there's a lot of volatile energy flowing this week. You want to remain grounded so that you're not letting it overwhelm you, and you're still able to use it in a productive manner. Don't forget to check out the weekly and daily horoscopes on healingcrystals.com and on our Facebook page, Crystal Talk. Have a magical, powerful week.